What's up?
There he is.
How's it going?
There's the guy. That's a repeat hat. I don't know if you've ever worn a repeat hat on this show.
I'm pretty sure I don't have like hundreds of
41 hats.
I don't have how many? 41. I don't think I have 41 hats.
How many?
I don't think so. I bet I have 20 hats.
Okay.
I bet 20, and maybe there's another 5 that are sort of like laying around my house that I've worn to do yard work and stuff that I don't really count because I would never wear them here. I would never do it in a public, never in a public forum.
Because what if this video got released and you're?
I mean, I'd look like an asshole. I'd look like a dick.
So what would the story be? You become some sort of millionaire hat mogul who's known for wearing like cool hats, and then I release some video of you wearing like an old crappy hat and it crashes your whole.
I thought it was just that we got famous but then there became a rift in the show and the show ended and, you lost all your money in the bond market. And
Does anyone play the bond market now?
And they were just talking about it on the radio. Yeah, I guess so.
People would lose their money now, like in cryptocurrency or something.
Yeah. Well, Britain, isn't that what Britain just didn't they just lose their new prime minister because of her economic plan and the bond market? Wasn't there something about that?
You talking
well,
like
look
politics.
how much I know about it.
Wasn't there like a bond or something?
Liz Truss is her name, and I know she had a far out idea for what their economy was going to be like, and 6 weeks later they kicked her out of office. So
there was a cool one of the news stations had this thing about. It was Liz Truss versus the head of lettuce, and it was like which one was going to go out for, and the head of lettuce won.
I didn't realize they've had 5 prime ministers in the past 6 years. That's instability. That's instability for a country that we assume is stable. I think
that's
right?
Like when I was a kid and I had 5 dads in 6 years.
But you turned out okay.
Great. So, I should introduce the show because that one week I didn't do it, and I felt bad.
I thought it was.
It's like Cal Ripken. It kind of broke my streak.
I like a robot voice every once in a while. You know that.
That's true.
And you do the mag room tonight in a woman voice. Let's have Michelle introduce the mag room tonight.
Hey, Mark, you look great with your sexy hat.
Do you want to be Michelle, or are you just some random woman that's helping us out?
Mag room Saturday night with the Moog Man, live in the mag room studios.
All around the world you can hear them. Hey, hey, hey. Talking about news and kind of funny stuff. Hey, hey, hey. Mag-room. Mag-room. The mag-room. The mag-room.
Are you drinking tonight?
Yeah, I'm on my second, what is it, gin and soda?
We've been on the air for 45 seconds. You've had 2 drinks?
I said, how am I going to survive this show?
Turning it up tonight, huh?
Yeah, I'm just pounding.
Well, I'm only on drink number 1, but I'm already having a great time.
That's great. I can maybe, I think, I don't know what I'm saying.
What the are you? How many drinks did you have today? What's going on?
Where are we? What's going on?
I printed up a little Halloween thing if you want to know some facts about Halloween that you may or may not have known.
I
get excited for this time of year. So
I have a Halloween story as well.
All right.
So we could do both. How do you want to do? You want to start and then
one. You want me to? I don't know. You tell me. Do you want me to tell you 4 facts about Halloween that I don't think you already knew?
Oh,
or would
you're
you
gonna
rather
quiz
read
me?
your story? No. Well, I didn't do it as a quiz. I did it just as. Well, here I'll just read it.
Okay.
A 2,000-year-old Celtic festival called, and it's spelled Samhain, so it looks like Samhain, is the origin of Halloween, and Wiccans still celebrate it today.
Who are Wiccans?
That's my next door neighbors to about 2 doors down.
Johnny Wiccans?
Towards 138th, yeah.
Doris and John Wiccans?
Johnny and Doris Wiccans, yeah. Nice people.
Still celebrating Halloween?
No, they're like witches,
Oh.
Didn't you ever know any girls in high school or college? Didn't we know some Wiccans at Wake? I would imagine
I could see. your neighborhood
But
having some witches.
The Celts were pagans who lived in what is now Ireland, and they celebrated the new year on November 1st. Their festival, and like I said, it was Samhain, but it says pronounced Samhain. I don't know. I thought that
was that the cliffhanger of the story that you
that they just
mispronounced it the first time?
Yeah. Do you want me to go on to the second one? It marked the end of the fall's harvest and ushered in winter, a season that signified death and darkness for the Celts. Am I supposed to be saying Celts? Celts, Celts.
I think it's the Celtics. It was Larry Bird.
The Boston Celtics. They believed that on the night before the shift, October 31st, called All Hallows Eve.
Was that what it was called before that, though?
Before
All Hallows Eve, so they didn't invent it.
I think it says that they combined. Well, here, just let me, instead of interrupting me, let me finish. They believed that on the night before the shift, October 31st, called All Hallows Eve, the worlds of the living and the dead intersected. The ghosts roaming the earth were thought to help predict the future, so the Celts or Celts welcomed them with sacrificial bonfires and by dressing in costumes of animal heads and skins.
Sacrificial, like they killed stuff.
Welcome them with sacrificial bonfires. Yeah.
What did they burn?
Probably people.
Oh.
Don't you think? Wiccans, witches?
I mean,
maybe. Or I'm sure it was animals. I wouldn't be surprised if it was like babies or something.
Can we wear animal heads and pelts at your Magrum festival? Can that be part of it? Can you get those at Goodwill?
Creepy. Might be able to sew something together.
You look for that. I mean, you built a guitar lamp. I think you can.
I could sew a sheep's head together for you.
Yeah, I think you could do that.
All right. Women used to play games on Halloween.
Was that number one? Is this number two now?
Yes.
Okay.
Women used
Halloween fact number 2.
Women used to play games.
You just have to transition the story a little bit.
Women used to play games on Halloween to find out what their future husband would be like.
Oh, games.
Right? So games like Snap Apple were popular, in which participants could only use their teeth to bite into an apple suspended from a stick, and the first one to succeed would marry. And then the second one was women used to toss apple skins over their shoulders, hoping the scraps would land on the floor in the shape of their future husband's initials.
I wondered what that was going to end with.
Yeah.
His future husband's balls.
Oh, this looks exactly like Mike's balls.
I knew that set of balls. That's my husband. Can you throw an apple skin and have it end up in initials?
Yeah, I don't know.
That seems like really hard.
Seems very desperate to me. All right, do you want another one about Halloween and apples?
Is this story 3?
Yes, it's story 3.
2 of the 4 stories are about apples?
Yeah, and about getting married, I think. Wait, bobbing for apple? No, not. Well, yeah, maybe. Bobbing for apples dates back to an ancient Roman festival called Pomona. Ponoma.
That's a town in California as well.
That's Pomona.
Oh.
When the Roman Empire overtook the Celts or Celts around 43 AD, they combined their traditions with those of, I hate that it's not pronounced Samhain, which is spelled exactly like if I were to say Sam, if I had a friend named Sam Haines.
I love how you tell us that every time.
Samhain or Samhain, as the Celts or Celts pronounced it.
You should pronounce every word in the story two
different ways. The second day of the New Year festivities was Pomona, not Pomona, meant to honor the eponymous goddess of fruits and trees, which explains bobbing for, why does that explain it? And eating apples around this time of year. So girls were just horny in October and somehow convinced guys that, like, this apple, I guess that, I mean, biblical, very biblical, isn't it?
Yeah. I still don't understand what was happening in that story.
Well, bobbing for apples was a part of a tradition, a Roman festival called Pomona.
And then what happened? You just bob for apples and I missed this. I missed something.
The second day of the New Year festivities was called Pomona. It was meant to honor the eponymous goddess of fruits and trees. And it says, which explains bobbing for and eating apples. So they celebrated the fruits that were being harvested by, I guess, just doing goofy things with them in public gatherings. So everybody, hey, let's all eat apples out of the thing. And then if you and Steve are the one that, I always use the name Steve. How about you and Antonio are the ones who each pick up the same apple. You guys are going to go get married. Antonio is like, well, I kind of got a thing going with Maria over there by the other, by the beet carving station. So,
has anyone ever enjoyed bobbing for apples?
To be honest, I don't know that. Have you ever done it? I don't think I've ever done it.
I must have, but
I feel like I must have, but I don't. It
has to be on the list of things that almost everyone knows what it is, but hardly anyone has done it. I don't know if I would be good at it. Is it hard?
I would say it's got to be hard. Unless I got it. Back in the day, they didn't use the chemicals.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, like I bet they say turkeys nowadays are 3 times as big as turkeys were when Thanksgiving started.
So they're tiny.
Apples were smaller. Yeah, I bet.
Wouldn't that be a great question if apples have changed size like everything else? All right, I have to go to. Maybe I'll have a party with my kids and we'll bob for apples. Sounds fun.
Yeah, they might like that.
And they'll get married. Hopefully, they won't get married.
Yeah.
Well, that backfired. All right, what's the 4th story?
Original jack-o'-lanterns were actually carved turnips, beets, and potatoes. Jack-o'-lanterns come from an old Celtic or Celtic legend about a man named Stingy Jack who used to play tricks on the devil. After Stingy Jack died, the devil...
Seems like a good guy. Like he's playing tricks on the devil and they got to call him Stingy Jack.
Yeah, I don't know. It doesn't really talk about why they call him stingy.
Yeah,
I mean,
you can't just throw Stingy Jack out there and not tell us the story of Stingy Jack.
After Stingy Jack died, the devil sent him into the night with only burning coal, which Jack had put into a carved turnip to light his way.
Where'd he get the turnip from?
He was just carrying, it's just in case. You never know. Back in the day.
Stingy Jack. He's like, I always got a turnip on.
He probably stole it from his neighbor.
He's just hoards turnips.
According to folklore, Stingy Jack's ghost still wanders the earth. So the Irish used to carve scary faces into turnips and put them in windows to scare his spirit away. But he was carrying a turnip, so why would he be scared of it? He always had turnips on him. Why would we scare him?
Like a bad idea.
So when Irish immigrants came to America, they brought the pumpkins, which had never been encountered before, and that was a better fit for the position. Tradition.
What's what's the opposite of a turnip? Like, what would you scare Stingy Jack with if he...
Turnips, the opposite is a banana.
Okay. My story really goes well with what you were just reading. This is, and this was a Sisk story number 2, but I'm going to change the order. I'm living on the edge. No one would confuse a small house on Denton Street in Gainesville, Texas for a moving company. But if you do move in, you haul yourself right back out and quick. It's like a revolving door, said Linda Hill, the home's owner. The longest anyone stayed in the house was 6 months. Years ago, Hill and her husband bought several homes in the same neighborhood in order to rent them out. Do you think you could try to be as loud as possible, or is that...
Sure.
The one on Denton Street was the only one that couldn't keep a stable tenant. Hill said she and her husband had no idea why. And finally, after 10 tenants moved out in less than 2 years, someone told her husband the house was haunted. At first, Hill didn't believe it. That changed when she happened to take a shower on the property. Through the curtains, she then heard a dark figure whisper, "Looking good." Rumor has it the house, built in 1840s, used to be a bordello.
Yeah.
That's why Hill has said many ghosts here tend to reveal themselves in a particular nature.
Huh.
Sexual, she said. There's no other way to put it. And then Hill mimicked what they said. Oh baby, yeah.
Yeah, do it better.
I like
do
it
it better
like
than that. Do it better than that. Show some passion. Come on.
Do you believe in ghosts?
I want to, but I don't. But I have like a ghost experience in my life that I can't explain.
That's interesting.
But I still don't know if I believe in ghosts. I still believe it was something else. I don't know. I was at a house once. My friend, when I was I'll make this brief. I was like 10 years old, living in Cheshire, Connecticut. My best friend at the time, his parents had bought a new house that wasn't finished being built. So they rented this huge, like a mansion, basically. And it's by Cheshire standards, a mansion. A humongous house on a hill. And I was over there one day. Pete and I were in the house. His dad was sitting on a chair watching TV, and he had like fallen asleep. It was like a Sunday afternoon. And we were goofing around in this house. The house had a dumbwaiter. And I opened the dumbwaiter and looked up to see what was above me, where it went. And I saw a face, and then it pulled its head back out of the dumbwaiter. And I got freaked out, and I told Pete. And we went outside, and we saw like footprints on the roof. But then no one was ever in the house. They never found anybody. I don't know. So I don't know what it was. I don't know. We didn't see footprints on the ground around it. I don't know. It was just a weird experience. I just saw I don't know. Who knows what it was. But
did it say looking good?
Yeah, and I was only 10 years old, and thought it was totally inappropriate.
Yep.
So anyway,
that's strange.
I don't really believe in them, but I have that weird experience that I don't know how to explain.
So how do you rectify that?
I believe in apparitions, but not ghosts. Two different things. I've qualified it differently.
If you saw Stingy Pete, would you believe in him?
I would love to have another ghost experience. And I enjoy the whole Halloween spirit thing. So I want to believe in ghosts. I'm going to say that I do, even though I don't know that I really do.
Do you get scared?
By ghosts? I've never have been. Well, I was scared
just
that day.
in general. I
don't know. I don't think I get scared easily, but I'm sure there's something out there that could scare me. Rats kind of scare me.
That's more like there's a difference, I think, between being scared and being
grossed out.
Yeah, or something you don't want to deal with something. Like if I saw if a rat like appeared upon me, that would be scary. If I just saw a rat, I'd be like, I don't want to deal with that. I'd get it away from me.
That's an interesting point. Okay, so maybe I don't have a fear of rat. I have a disgust of rats.
Yeah. I mean, when I was a kid, I think I got scared of stuff.
Ghosts?
Yeah, it's just like at night and you'd hear something or whatever, and you just sleep. You thought the covers could protect you, so you'd put the covers over your head. You locked it down. Nothing could get through the cover fort, and you were good.
What kind of covers did you guys have? Pictures? Did they have pictures on them?
No.
Like
Mets? They did.
New York Mets, maybe?
No, it was just, I think I had this like blue and red comforter. It's like reversible.
I don't think I had monster-proof sheets when I was a kid. I don't remember. No, well, maybe.
So you'd run out, you'd went to your parent. Like, that seems risky, too, to leave your bed and run. It seems like you're exposed.
Well, the floor might be made of lava, too. You never know. So.
Yes. So you got to throw pillows down, you got to jump, you got to go to your parents, and then you're screwed. I feel like just throwing the sheet over you, at least you got a chance. Like maybe the monster goes to someone else or just doesn't think you're there. Oh wait, like I always thought if they can't see you directly, then they can't get you. So I don't know. I mean, why did some of that stuff happen? I don't know.
Oh, because the dead have unfinished business on Earth and they come back to...
Because they hate turnips. That's why.
Resolve their issues with turnips.
Where are you guys from?
Do you like thrill rides, Mark? Roller coasters?
I haven't been to a roller coaster park, I bet, since 1999 or something like that.
Is there something called a roller coaster park? Maybe it was in 1999.
Maybe I had those 2 drinks that you had before you said.
Welcome to the roller coaster park.
Hey guys, I heard I heard Megadeth is playing at the roller coaster park this week, and you guys want to go for the whole day pass?
Megadeth could be playing at the roller coaster park. So you haven't ridden a roller coaster since 1990, so you don't love them. You're not. So if me and you were at a place and I was like, hey, there's a roller coaster park, you'd be like, cool.
At the roller coaster park?
I'm like, hey, Mark, maybe let's go to
what do you want to do while we're there?
Maybe we'll eat some fair food and walk on the concourse.
Hey, carnival worker. I'd love to play your...
Can I play a fair game with you?
Are the odds stacked against me?
Nice.
Yeah, I'll go to a roller coaster park with you and go on a ride. Sure. Tell me more.
So you haven't done that in a while? Like, you don't seek it out?
No.
Maybe you should invite
There's
your
not really any big...
date.
There's no real theme parks in Florida.
Yeah, nice. It's literally... I mean, I get the joke, but You could like throw a tennis ball and you'd hit like 12 theme parks. Like, how has that not been a thing you've done?
Because I'm 46 years old and I don't have any kids.
No, you could still go. You said you go to bowling alleys and stare at people last week. So
Yeah, but you do again. Hopefully, you got the joke that I don't actually do that.
I don't believe that. I don't necessarily believe you don't just go there and stare at people.
You want lane 27 again, Mr. Heinlock?
You get cheese fries and a bush light and just stare at everybody as they're playing. What do you think would be the worst way to die?
Buried alive would be the worst way to die.
Buried alive, all right.
I've thought about this 1,000 times in my life. It would be awful.
Seriously, you've thought about it?
Please, to be honest with you, when I say this, I almost don't want to put this in the episode just in case one of my enemies is listening to me, because that is a gigantic. Okay, well, there's my fear. There's my.
You're scared,
dude. Can you imagine being buried alive? How terrifying that would be.
Just that first shovel full of dirt.
I get chills thinking. I can't think about it.
First shovel full of dirt on the box that you're in.
I have chills right now, and I'm not.
I love how
kidding.
you think if you publish that, that's what somebody's waiting for. They're like, I want to kill Mark, but I want to do it
I don't know what would be
way.
What would really get him.
So I'm gonna wait till he tells me, and then. Yeah, so they could. I mean, in the old days, they would have made a holiday after you, around your birthday, where they buried people alive. They would have said Mark Day.
What's my adjective?
We're gonna bury.
Don't be stingy. Don't be stingy. Be something cooler than stingy. Come on, please give me something.
Squirrely Mark.
Okay, I'm all right with that. I feel like that sends a lot of
Mark bothered all the women in town until they decided to bury him in a box alive.
I'm cutting this story.
Now
whatever you want. I'm cutting.
They bury everybody alive on this date. All right, so here's the story. It's a short story.
Good.
There's a thing called the euthanasia coaster. It's a steel roller coaster designed to kill its passengers. In 2010, it was designed and made into a scale model by Julie Jonas Urbanus. I don't know if that's a great name. A PhD candidate in London. He has worked at an amusement park. They have to state that so they know he has cred. Stated that the goal of the concept coaster is to take lives with elegance and euphoria. So this will be
so it's like a Dr. Kevorkian type of thing?
It's a ride to the death. There's 7 loops or inversions, put the human body under such stress that it causes the brain to be starved of oxygen, as the heart simply cannot push blood against the enormous G-forces. Wow. Even if it kills you, it's designed to still be a fun death. It has a huge hill that you go up, and then 7 loops that progressively get smaller and smaller, and then you die.
So I'm diagnosed with terminal cancer. They give me 6 weeks to live. I've settled my affairs and all that, and then I'm at the point where I just want it to end. I can go and ride this roller coaster, and that's my.
Well, it's not here yet, but it was
right.
Model,
that's the
I think we could put it together.
Because the one thing I have such an issue with waiting in gigantic lines for stuff like that. I hate it.
You think there'll be a big line at the euthanasia?
So is it? Well, I don't know. What would you design a roller coaster to if you had to do it with I don't
like roller coasters.
How do you not like anything that's cool? What's wrong with you?
I don't know.
Have you never gone on a roller? Have you never been on one?
No, I go on them. I don't.
So I
actually don't mind them. I don't like the upside down. I don't like going upside down.
The fun part, right?
The part that'll kill you.
The part that you never get to experience in real life, but every once in a while you get to.
I don't like that. I don't need that. Because I feel like there's a chance with those rides that they fail. Dude, I know it doesn't happen a lot, but...
Did you see the video of that kid that died in Orlando last year?
No.
That turned me off to shit. Not that, like I said, not that I really go to roller coasters, but he did one of those things where it just drops, and he wasn't buckled in right, and he just fell, and you hear the sound of him hitting the ground, and it is soul crushing. It is... I can't get it out of... It's awful.
Why do you watch these videos?
Someone sent it to me, which is why I don't watch very many memes and stuff like that. I just
How did they send it to you?
A text message of some sort. I forget.
You said you never clicked the text message.
I forget why. I don't know. Every once in a while, something just.
Or am I just not on that
interest.
list? You'd click someone else's text message.
No, I don't know. Just piqued my interest. Maybe
It was like boy dying, and you're like, oh, cool. This is what I want to see.
I don't know. I can't explain it. I don't necessarily
Okay.
like all the choices I make in my life, but I do want. There's some part of me that wants to hear awful things to know that I'm.
This is a great like you doing like a confessional. That's great. Should we go to the next one?
Yeah.
This is going to be a good one. And you know what makes me laugh about it? So this is number one. I'll go back to number one. Sisk story, number one. It was when I texted you about your cat named Lucy.
Yeah, she was offended.
And I love how you were so adamant that it's Lily with one L. Is that on a birth certificate or something?
That's her Christian name. She's registered.
Do you think Lily loves you?
I know for a fact that Lily loves me.
All right. So, well, there's an article that was in CNN about the signs your cat loves you. So I'm going to ask you. So even the most devoted cat owners wonder at some point, perhaps waking up in a cold sweat in the middle of the night, whether their cat really loves them. Dogs, people like to smugly point out dogs' long history as humankind's best friend. But research shows cats' reputation as cool and aloof pet is undeserved. Cats are more independent than dogs. The wild ancestor of cats didn't live in social groups. However, during the process of domestication, cats developed the ability to form social relationships, not just with other cats, but also with people. Do you never worry about that? Because cats can be a little aloof. So Lily sometimes doesn't.
Lily is all right. My cat is the best. My cat is the cutest creature that's ever walked this planet. She's got this real bitchy looking face. Like she always looks like she's disappointed in you. Okay. But she's real. She comes every time I get home. She comes out to me. Whatever you're about to say, all the signs whether or not your cat loves you, I'm willing to bet right now. I have no pre-knowledge of what you're about to say in this story, but I am going to hit all the marks in this story. Does your cat love you?
We'll start with the easier ones.
Go for it.
You could cheat on these, I'm sure.
I'll be honest.
Does Lily get close to you or stay distant?
She's always close to me. Well, not always. No, she's not always close to me, but she sleeps.
Not always. Interesting.
But she sleeps next to me. She's affectionate in that. I think in the touching way, she's very affectionate.
Does she ever groom you?
Yeah. She licks my forearms all the time and stuff. Yeah.
Because they only groom people with a warm relationship. What's her tongue? Is her tongue barbed or is?
Oh my God! It's so fun. It feels like she's rubbing
sandpaper,
60 grit sandpaper on my forearm. Yeah.
That's fun. All right. So how does Lily greet you?
When I come home from work, she'll walk. I'm walking down the driveway and she walks out and she rolls over on her belly and exposes herself for me to pet it, or she'll come and rub her head. She'll bang her head into my leg kind of. If I wake her up, if she's sleeping and hey, what's up? She does that little trill thing that cats do.
Wow, you wrote this article.
I am
rolling over and exposing their vulnerable underbelly is another gesture that a cat has ultimate trust in you.
Every time I get home from work, she's always there.
Cats prefer to be petted on their head and neck area. So this is not usually a request for a belly rub. And it says the chirrup or trill greeting is a melodious sound that cats make when saying hello to preferred individuals.
Dude, I really did nail all these. Did we make a monetary bet at the beginning of this article? I can't remember.
No, but there's one more, the hardest one. How does your cat blink at you?
You mean slowly? And this is just
slow, fast, or
yeah, she's a slow blinker, and I own a cat, so I have read this stuff before, and she totally has it. She does that thing where her eyes always look sleepy. She kind of has her eyes half open when she's looking at me. And I know that's just a sign of whatever, trust or
So wait a second, you're saying you did research on this already? Or?
No, I'm answering you truthfully, but I have read these behavioral concepts before. So
was there a time where you were wondering, does Lily love me.
I
and then you
kept her
take
up in
a
the middle of the night,
quiz.
just screaming at her like, blink slower at me so I can tell Jared this. I don't want to have to lie
I'm just
about
saying
our
you take a
relationship.
quiz. Like you got an email, does your cat love you? And you took a quiz.
No.
And
If you were ever around me and Lily, you would know that she loves me.
All right. Well, it does say slow blinking.
Yeah.
Are associated with positive emotional state in a sign
I've had her
of
since she
trust.
was like the size of a softball, you know?
Not all cats are like that.
I know. I've heard.
We had 5 or 6 cats in my family, and 2 of them were really good, and then the other 4 were like.
Did you have them all from young ages? Like,
Yep.
Yeah. Okay. She's the only cat I've ever had, so I just kind of feel like, you can just manipulate a cat into liking you.
Yeah.
But I don't know if that's right or not.
Manipulative Mark.
Yeah. No.
Your nickname.
Squirrely. We already went over this. And it's just story
Manipulative Mark
2.3.
on the euthanasia coaster. 6 weeks to live. Do you ride with Lily on the euthanasia coaster? Or
Take her with me? Oh, baby princess. I don't know if I could do. No, I want her to live her.
I see.
She'll find another love. That's okay.
You don't make sure she's with somebody good. You just let it. Whatever happens, happens. Or do you leave all your money to her? Like people do that sometimes. Like
I have a few friends that I would trust. I've got a couple of people I think that I could be like, look, I'm gonna go ride this roller coaster. And I'm pretty sure I'm not coming home tonight. Can you watch Lily for a couple of days, the rest of her life? And I would trust them to give her a good life and love her and all that stuff. So I wouldn't take Lily with me. That's mean.
Okay.
Let her live her life out.
If Lily, I mean, how old is Lily? Like 10 or 11?
10. I think she's 10.
So there's a chance you will live longer than Lily. What will you do at that point?
Send her on the roller coaster by herself. Oh,
yes. There's a cat version. Buckle up. All right. Well, this was fun. Episode 41. The Mag Room. Theme song by Maggie Yellocks. Email moogaandcisco@gmail.com. The emails have kind of slowed down.
Yeah, come on. That's the best part. I like when people write in.
Ever since your mom almost broke us up, she hasn't emailed again. We have Instagram and Twitter, the Mag Room Pod. No one really follows that, but well, as we always sign off, I'm not gonna say it because
stick with the Mag Room
and everything else.
And we'll do it together. Yeah,
is cream
cheese.
We love you, Lily.
Ooh, ooh, I like my groom. I like my groom. Ooh, ooh, my groom is good. My groom is good. Ooh, ooh, I like my groom. I like my groom. Ooh, ooh, my groom is good. My groom is good. The my groom's good. Ooh, ooh, I like my groom. I like my groom. Ooh, ooh, my groom is good. My groom is good.
Just hordes turnips.